Hello,
Hello,
everyone. Good
everyone.
evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you are. Yes, today is five of us again. So first of all, we would like to thank you and welcome that you all catch us over here. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Moon here. Okay, I'm living in Malaysia. And I have two children, one in the primary, one in the secondary. So I'm a full-time working mother, and also now here currently running a digital business. Okay, so I pass to Patricia.
Okay, thank you, Moon. Okay, hi, everyone. My name is Patricia. I'm currently living in Selangor, Malaysia, and I'm a full-time working mom with two children, which is 14 years old and also 11 years old. And also, not to forget, I'm a business owner as well. Okay, so maybe Daisy, you wanted to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Daisy and I'm from Singapore. I'm a full-time working mother and with two young children, and also currently also this online business owner. So yeah, nice to meet you guys, and I pass it to Winnie.
Winnie.
Winnie, I'm sorry.
Me. Okay. Didn't hear my name. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Winnie. I'm from KL, Malaysia. I am a digital business owner and a stay-home mom with two school-going kids. And yeah, my kids is now in secondary. How about you, Susie?
Thanks, Winnie. I'm Suzy. I'm residing in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm engaged to my lovely hubby and a cat parent to my lovely boy, a music teacher in profession, and also a digital business owner as well. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Wow, that is all of us. If you follow our page, right, this is not our first time. It's not the first time we go live and we have this kind of chatting and sharing. Okay, so today's topic actually is quite interesting as well. I believe many of you, and of course, including myself, we do like travel. Most of the people like to travel. So today we pick this topic, traveling. Okay, so traveling, okay, a lot of things to talk one, okay, actually. So before I share myself, I would like to invite Winnie to share about her experience about the interesting trips as well as what is your dreams location for your next trips.
Oh, okay. My interesting trip. It's so hard to pick because, but I would say every trip is interesting. But today I picked the trip that I've been to Perth, Australia. I think before the pandemic, that trip is to me is a very good experience because I'm going with my family, four of us, that we are doing a self drive. We drive
Mm.
ourselves. We drive. That means we do the trip is all by our own. We didn't engage any tour agent or whatever. We touch down there, we hire the car and we book all the hotel by ourselves, and we travel at the Western Australia to each different places, and we like staying in one place for 1 or 2 days and then we move on to another place. It's like we are like, how to say, it's like going along the coastline, I would say. So it's a pretty unique experience to me, and it's very fun, and it could be quite impromptu. Sometimes we see some interesting place, we just stop by, or we see some sign and we just turn in to find out what is it. And I like the weather there also. uh, Although it's very cold, sometimes it's cold until I feel so uncomfortable, but it's I still feel it's very good. Yeah. And one of the most interesting place is, I think it's called Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken. They got a huge sand, what to call it? It's a huge piece of sand land there, and they can do a slide. And then the trip, the place there is very fun. But then after that, washing my hair is a total mess, because the sand is all over my hair and it's so hard to wash off. Yeah.
Wow. It took you how long to wash the hair?
Huh?
It took you
Yeah,
how long to wash the hair?
I try to do it as quick as possible because it's so cold. I don't want to stay in the shower for so long, but I got no choice. So I just
Yeah.
make it as quick as possible. I didn't count the time. I just want to get my hair clean and out of the shower as soon as possible.
Well, I can imagine that with that kind
Mm.
of cold weather, I think everyone should be very shivering.
Yeah,
I think there should be a water heater provided, right?
there is, but then
Still
still you
very
feel the
cold.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
understand. Okay. So what's your next location that you would like to go?
I don't have a specific location yet, but then I would like to go to Europe side and the western side, the US part, because I never been to those part yet. So I very keen to explore those places. Mm,
Mhm. Understand.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
How about
How about
Daisy? Daisy, what's
how
your
about
interesting trip?
I think I've been I done a few traveling for holidays or for work, but I think the most interesting trip I think was the one that was I think 10 over years ago. Like I went to Middle Eastern, Middle East, yeah. I went to this Saudi Arabia, the capital Riyadh, for work trip. Yeah, because I think that the country it don't really have tourists. Mostly are all the expat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I got to know their culture. Yeah, because I think it's a Islamic country.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got to learn the culture, and I quite like their cuisine, and that was my first time trying camel meat.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is there any?
how
Is
does
there
it
a lot
taste
of
like?
restriction
sorry.
when you are there? Is there a lot of restriction to
Yes, I think
enter?
yeah. So it's actually they are very strict in terms of uh, the ladies have to uh, cover up
Mm,
everything, and they call it abaya. So for us foreigners also we need to wear. Yes, you need to respect,
mm,
and is we cover until like only see the eyes. Yeah, only the eyes. Yeah, yeah.
mm,
So and it happens that I was working at doing the consultation work with one of the restaurant, whereby only the restaurant is only meant for women, only for women. Mm,
mm.
yeah. So they need a lady, a female chef to do the consultancy work. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
So the trip is actually quite memorable. Yeah, very
Mm.
interesting. Yes.
So just now you mentioned you first try the camel meat. How how
Yeah.
how does it taste?
Oh, very interesting. It's quite tasty and actually tastes like mutton. You know those like they cook until it's very soft with a lot of spices. You know, like those like briyani type. Because
The
it's
lamb
they use a
strength,
lot of
is it?
spices.
Lamb
Yeah, and they
strength.
cook the rice. They use the dripping to they cook the camel or the meat the dripping to cook the rice. So it's quite special. And I was told that the actually the original way of cooking they dig, you know, in the desert they actually dig like a hole and to bury the bird inside and cover because it's very hot.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the weather is actually quite hot. That during that month I went there was actually it's very hot and dry. So the floor is actually it's very hot. I can heat up a small little pan and crack an egg.
Mm.
Yeah, so that time, yeah, almost like it was so dry that like almost every day I got my nose bleed because too dry already.
Mm.
Then in the room it's like feeling like in the oven. But the it's really interesting and very memorable experiences that I got. Yeah.
I
Mm.
see.
Yeah. I don't think that anyone can just I think there must be a certain reason for you to visit that country, right?
Yes, only for work
I
trip.
I don't think
Mm.
anyone can just
Yes.
how to say, I'm not sure lah whether is there any restriction, means
Mm.
that let's say we wanted to travel to that country, whether is it possible or there's a certain reason that only it's allowed lah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about now, but that time I actually uh, you know, the owner of the restaurant actually you know when we apply it as a as an expatriate to go in. Yeah.
Ah,
I
Mm.
see.
okay.
Not as a tourist. They don't have really a tourist.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. And
So Daisy, where's your next locations that you like to visit?
uh, okay. Maybe somewhere like Norway. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and also I think they over there they also can see the northern light, like the blue greenish northern light. Yeah,
The green light. Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I see.
So
Okay.
yes. So
How about you, Suzy? How about you?
mm,
I see your face. You want to share already. Okay, let you talk.
For me,
Oh,
for me.
uh, oh yeah, for me, wow, I said I got so many travel, memories and stories, but I would like to share, my childhood memory because this one really sticks to me until today. I don't know the year, exact year, or even around standard what the primary school time. 9 or 8 years old. That time, I had a chance, fortunate to join my grandmother and my brother to Disney World, travel to the US for the first time. I think in California or Florida, to meet my family there because actually my father that time take my mom and my two sisters to stay for a year, I think few years at Orlando because of work. My father work, so he brought my two sisters because they are so young, not connected to any schools yet. But me and my brother had to stay back in that time Penang, the Pulau Pinang, because of school. And that time my grandparents were the second parents to both of us. So we get to travel to the US because of school break, long school break. So for me, Disney World was like so fun. So every day like entertainment. If you want to know the size of the Disney World is like I think as big as the mega malls. I don't know how big. They have sections like what we call the adventure world, the fantasy world, the space land. One day also cannot finish.
mm,
You won't even get boring. Every moment, every minute, every hour got something entertainment in the streets or when you walk. So to me, it's the experience of the fun, the thrill, the excitement. So because of that trip, every trip that I go is like it's an experience. Like it's like when you're facing the daily life, the work, every time normal. When you get to travel, you want to break free from that, that routine. And you always like to have that feeling, like a ride. You go whoosh or go what, you want to feel the excitement. Yeah. So to me, travel, small or big, it becomes you get to experience the new culture, not just the culture, the environment. You are no longer in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You are in somewhere else. So that's how travel to me is one of my favorite subject. I can talk a lot now, but yeah. So that was my one of the my memoir lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yes, yes. And if you would like to say where would I like to go next, actually now with my age now, I like to go. There are several places, like a place that has breathtaking view, more to the nature side, like Europe side, Canada, or even New Zealand, or some places. So if I have the opportunity, I would love to go and visit those places.
Okay.
That's about my side. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Back to you, Moon.
Okay. Me. Yeah. Okay. So actually a lot of traveling, but over here I want to share the traveling with my family. Why leh? Okay, because it's interesting for me lah. For me, is not really interesting one actually, but for I think it's a good experience. It's good experience. Okay, this trip actually is local trip. Also before the pandemic, I think around 2018 the time. Okay, I bring the kids to the we usually if we go to nearby, right, right, we're in KL, the nearby is somewhere like Genting, Malacca, all this, right. But that time is we went to Penang. Penang, KL to Penang already 4 hours. Is it 4 hours?
Four,
Four
five.
hours
Yeah.
already. So during that time, we something like we hope few places, like we go to Ipoh, Taiping, then Penang, and then from Penang come down again, something like that. We hope new few places lah, and then I bring my two kids. During my two kids is still in primary school, and KL lifestyle. Okay, go to school, come home, do homework. Saturday, Sunday, then the enrichment class lah, like the swimming class, a lot of classes, right? Actually, it's not surprise lah. Both my kids during that time, they didn't see real animals. They didn't see the real animals. Okay, even cow, goats, or even my
Oh,
girl. She saw the rooster. She was just yelling, "Say, mommy, got rooster over there." Seriously, yes lah. Okay, and then during the time, I just actually it's very ad hoc because when I browsing my handphone, I noticed typing actually got a zoo one. Not necessarily must go to the KL zoo. So we just hop into the zoo. So this is quite experience for them, even though it's hot. Zoo usually is hot, right? No aircon. But for them is I can see the smiling face from them. Okay. Even my husband also I also see is actually my husband is a person that really don't like hot one. Okay, I feel cold, then he will say very hot. That type of really don't like hot, but he is still willing to walk under the sun because of the children. So this is for me because I grown up from kampong place ma. So this kind of chicken whatever, even real snake I also saw before. So for them it's really excited. Even the for me it's just really common animals, but for them it's really excited really. So this is the trip I would like to share because somehow it's not because whether it's an expensive trip or whatever trip, but it's the experience and whether memory created for them is something like we can't buy using the money lah. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
something
You
for us to.
really the eye
So
opener to your kids.
correct. Yeah, correct.
Actually,
And then,
actually, frankly speaking, our Malaysia also actually we have a lot of places which is I think not all of us been to every state before. I think
correct.
a lot of people they start to go for holiday overseas, but not in
Mm,
our local our own Malaysia,
mm.
which is I
Because
think
we didn't explore yet, not
yeah,
explore
yeah,
enough,
yeah,
okay? Because somehow, actually, if you compare, right, if you compare the costing, right, traveling local line also not cheap.
yeah, not cheap, yeah,
So,
true.
It's, it's yeah, never been cheap. Like
mm,
not like you won't save a lot compared to travel overseas. But then
Yeah.
it's a different experience.
Mm.
Yeah, we got to see each the different part of Malaysia.
yeah,
It's
Mm.
a
and
love
we
lah.
have a lot
Yeah,
of natural
A-
places, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
hidden gem.
Actually, I think after the pandemic, a lot of people start to explore our own Malaysia.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think a lot of people start to drive to different state to experience it.
Hmm.
That's why it
Yeah,
called Cuti di Malaysia.
yeah, cuti Malaysia.
because
Yeah,
you can see like just over the labor holiday and also the Raya holiday, right? The traffic is telling that they're actually is going up from the city within. Yeah. Okay. So for the next location I would like to go, actually I do not have specific like what you shared just now. Is some because in my family my kids, even my husband, they have their own thinking one. Like my son, uh, he want to explore a new country. And then my girl, right, now all K-pop, my girl always come and tell me, Mommy, I want to go to Korea. Of course, and then of course my husband and he has a specific country to go. So for me, I haven't planned anything yet because as current thing as what Patricia said sharing, right? Actually, we not yet explored enough for local. We as a the citizen in this country, we actually need to know our own country better. So for me myself, I want to explore more like natural places in this country, especially if go to the Sabah, okay, and go and see the island, Hok Gunung Island, or maybe go to the Gunung Api, all these kind of things, right? So it's not only for myself because I climbed the Gunung Kinabalu one time, okay, during my
wow.
uni time, I think 20 years ago. Okay, I keep on telling myself, okay, uh, before I retire, as long as I still can walk, I want to try one more time to challenge myself and bring my kids go up one more time. See, because I went before, so I know what can do, what cannot, something like that. So instead of I let go my children, go explore and facing the risk and dangerous, why not as the mother, I bring them together and another time, another way to encourage my children is okay. How to facing the difficulty because really climbing the mountain is not easy. It's very difficult. It's not because of course physically it's tired lah. Okay, even go you go to few level using staircase you also tired, right? So go to there is tiring. Not only that, it's the mindset. If your mindset, if you never give up mindset and you trust yourself, you can be there. You actually you win your tiring. This the thing that I try to want to guide my children to be like that. Okay, that's why maybe this is one day I will be there together with family. Maybe you also can join me. Okay, so lastly, over you, Patricia.
Yeah. Actually, I like what Moon have mentioned just now. Actually it's really good lah. At least she have a mission for her to go to Gunung Kinabalu again before she retire, which is very good lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for myself, I would like to talk about Korea. I went with my family in the year of 2018, that time before the pandemic. Actually, the most important, the most happiest about this trip is we are able to be there together with our families, because this trip is quite huge trip. My family, my parents, and my sister family, we went all together. So during that time, all the kids, all the cousins, they are very happy, because at that time they already know, they know what to eat, what to search for, what to buy. So means that they are really enjoying themselves there. So seeing them so happy, actually I also feel very happy, because the most important thing is the time together with them lah.
Mm.
So at that time, we went to one of the famous palace. So we at that same time also we went to rent a Korean costume, and we wear it, and we walk all the way back to the palace to take some pictures. And I tell you that time, because it's quite cold, so we are walking under in a very cold condition, and it's very windy. And when we reach back at the palace, actually we are shivering. Actually, frankly speaking, all my picture at that palace, it doesn't look nice, because I can't really smile, because my mouth is very stiff. So everyone actually, it's quite cold lah during that time. But actually it's a great experience for all of us lah. The first time wearing that kind of costume, and went to the palace to take some of the nice scenery there. Another thing that we enjoy is the as you know, Korea also is a shopping paradise. So there's a lot of beauty products that is sold there. So we bought a lot of things as well, and also their food. Actually, we love their sizzling Korean barbecue, and then their savory bibimbap, their kimchi, their ginseng chicken soup. Until now, my kids also still asking for that ginseng chicken soup, which they couldn't find it here. That is nice. So they still ask me to go back to Korea for that soup. Then I told them, you know how much is the flight ticket to go all the way back for that soup? Yeah. So basically it's an enjoyable and very fun trip lah, family trip lah, we can say that. Okay. So for myself is I think the next trip that I wanted to go is again same. I wanted to bring my kids to Disneyland, Japan, because I went there before, and I think that it's very nice. So I wanted to bring them to experience it there lah. So that is it's one of our next mission lah. But before that, we need to really fill up our pocket first, before we can really go for that trip lah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
But I also hear that a lot of people, when they reach to the Japan Disneyland, right, they need to have a long queue. It's just to queue up to buy the tickets, right? Even you are
yeah,
able to buy the tickets, but you want to line up, queue up for certain entrance, right? You also need have a long queue, unless you buy 1 day upfront, something like that.
yeah. Actually, for the ticket, we bought it online, but to queue up for the ride or the games that you wanted to play, actually very long queue. But it's fun
Oh,
lah.
okay.
It's fun. The I also like the parade there. The night parade also is very nice.
I see, I
Mm,
see. Okay. Yeah, talking about traveling, actually, we have a long story and a lot of sharing one. Will be
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a never ending story one.
yeah. Actually, we also got a lot of dream country to go.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you see, it's a trend one. Have you noticed? traveling to like, especially go to overseas, right? It's a trend. It's a trend, like for myself, I noticed before pandemic, a lot of people like to travel to Japan, Korea, all these kind of things. I recently noticed, like, when the situation starting release, we are allowed to travel out. Okay, a lot of people like to travel to Thailand. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Around my friends and colleagues, right? They all like almost every month I hear this one apply for leave lah, another one want to work from home lah because the in-law want to travel to Thailand. A lot of them, right? It's a trend. I notice it's a trend. For myself, lah. I don't know you guys have experienced this kind of thing or not. It's a trend actually, and also if you notice, if you during the weekend, of course lah. For me, I'm a working mothers ma, so I will only go out during Saturday and Sunday. If you notice, if you go to the money exchange counter, it's long queue already.
Yeah. Every day also long queue.
Every day also long queue. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is also that is how desperate, I would say, that how desperate the people currently, because maybe they are too boring staying at home for so long. They want to have some to release their mind or something like that. But another point, I also cannot understand where they get the, I say, where they get the bullet,
Bullet.
the bullet. Okay.
Yeah, lor. That's why maybe they already keep the bullet for the past 3 years.
Yeah, that's
Maybe,
the
yes,
maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
So
some
that
people
means
they used to travel every year,
Yeah.
and because of the pandemic that they've been like locked down for a few years, they can't travel. So
Yeah.
now the door is like open up again, so they must fly out.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Mm.
Actually,
Yeah.
not only people traveling out, even overseas people traveling back to Malaysia. I'm not sure Daisy Singapore is how. Okay, because my company last month only having the event, we invited overseas people to come to Malaysia for our event, and then we actually booked the air ticket for them. And I found out it's not easy to book. Huh? That is especially from Indonesia. We have a few airline actually is fully booked. Okay,
Mm,
maybe one of the reason of Raya
mm,
is holiday. I'm not sure Singapore lah. Maybe Singapore is facing the same problem as well. The situation
Yeah,
is
I think for the past last year until like this, actually this month, there are quite a few events going on in Singapore. You know, like the recent one is because I'm from the trade, the same trade that is like food and hotel Asia. So there's exhibitions for those food manufacturers, suppliers. You know. So yeah, we actually there are many those manufacturers or suppliers from overseas that actually fly in Singapore.
mm.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah. So it's like
So
um, the
a lot of people still
organizers,
traveling
they
actually.
try to
Mm.
make up whatever they have lost. I think
Mm.
for the
True.
past
So because last
yeah
time
during
they can't fly overseas to have some like business
mm,
trip, like a business visit, these kind of things, right? Now they
mm,
can start the engine again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
and
that's why
and
I
the
say
flight ticket also is
mm,
not cheap now. Also
yeah
still
correct.
expensive
increase. Yes, they starting increase already. Yeah, because
yeah because there's
because a
demand.
lot of people want, demand is
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's why talk about traveling. We will have a
Mm,
never-ending story. So of course,
Yes.
yeah.
we will be able to visit to our dreams location in one day, hopefully very
Yeah.
soon. Okay, so before we end our go live, okay, have you all noticed, right? Few days to be is our days.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day
Mother's
and
Day,
stay
yeah.
healthy, stay safe. Mm.
Always stay pretty. stay
Yeah.
young, Ah,
And most of all, love yourself.
Yes.
yeah,
Correct.
True.
Mm.
Okay, see you soon or see you next time in our Go Live. Stay tuned. Bye bye.
Bye.
First,